proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Hello, and welcome back. I'm excited to be back. Chris Pena, Rockwall County Game Day. We are live here at Rockwall Ford, and this is our first show of the 2024-2025 school year. Excited to be back. I'm really, we have a lot going on this year. As you can see, we are just really excited. Football season's amongst us, and the only helmet that I'm missing, and that I saw it online, and I've got to get it. I will try and get them on the show next week, is Providence Academy here in Rockwall, private school that we're excited to help out and give those kids some coverage. So. We're back and we're live. I'll be joined in just a little while by a couple of Mr. Branch and Mr. Wingfield. We're going to talk some football. We're going to try and cover all these teams that you see in front of us. And as we get going, and next week we'll have a little bit more content, a little bit more video. Hopefully we'll have some players, some coaches in here. Tonight we will really just be running over all of the schools and talking about what's going on. Talking about what's going to happen this year, what we think is going to happen. We'll be here every Wednesday. If you're new to this show, we'll do this show live every Wednesday around this time. We usually go for about 2 hours, maybe 2.5. Just depends on how many guests we have and things like that. So I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, all the support that we get around the community and beyond. This is going to be a fun year. This is going to be a really fun year for football and volleyball as we welcome in some new teams to the district, which we'll talk about. Forney and Longview, are in this district, and we've gotten a little bit closer to the Forney schools, so we will we'll provide some Forney coverage as well. I know we are Rockwall County Game Day, and this kind of throws people off a little bit every year. Is you're Rockwall County Game Day, and we're talking about schools in Forney, maybe sometimes Mesquite. We'll definitely talk about Longview because they're relevant, and we kind of have a tie with Longview Game Day, who's out there. We'll be catching up with those guys hopefully and getting some insight on Longview. But yeah, we're Rockwall County Game Day, but anytime we can find a story or give some kids some coverage, it doesn't really matter where it is around in and around Rockwall County. We're gonna give those kids some love. So tonight at 4:50 in about 5 minutes, we're going to be joined by ex-Texas Ranger and MLB retired player Robinson Chirinos. Robinson will join us and talk about 7AR. Of course, 7AR is a big sponsor of ours, just up the road off of I-30. As you get into Fate, they've got some big things going on at the academy over there. We spent time last night with Robinson and Aldre Rincones, the owners over at 7AR. We were doing a video and doing some content to educate people about what they have going on with their, besides the baseball instruction and things like that. They do have Johan over there who is, really into the physical part of it as far as stretching and getting your body right and preventing injuries and things like that. So we'll get that video finished hopefully tonight because I promised it to him tomorrow. So Robinson Chirinos will be joining us here in about 4 minutes. And then at 5, and then around 5 o'clock, that's when Mr. Wingfield and Mr. Branch will join me, and we'll talk about some Royce City, obviously, and Heath and Rockwall and Dallas Christian. The quest they're on to win a 4 state championship in a row, led by 3-year starting quarterback Luke Carney, the Syracuse commits. They're chasing history over at Dallas Christian, so we're going to be all over that. Heritage Christian Academy, Coach Mack. I'm gonna drag him in here next week, and we're gonna talk some Eagle football and talk about what they have coming up this year. Obviously, Royce City, with new head coach Coach Colvin taking over for the Bulldogs, and what an exciting year it's going to be for them. There's been a lot of a lot of positive stuff coming out of social media, and especially guys like companies like Dave Campbell's. They've been all over Coach Colvin, and rightfully so. That community should be super excited for Coach Colvin. We can't wait. We'll be at that first home game for sure. We'll be doing some live stuff with them at their football game. So. Again, 5:30, Heath Hawks Booster Club. They're the Heath Hawk fans, Heath Hawk football fans, everything that they have going on. I'm excited to hear what they've got cooked up this year. I saw on social media that they were able to purchase some stuff for the football team out there. I think there were the really cool water coolers and things like that. So we will catch up with the Heath Hawks Booster Club at 5:30, and then after that we'll come back and we're going to talk some more football, volleyball. I know that they've got started. The Lady Jackets, they get a win last night. I believe Dallas Christian, they played last night, and I believe they start off the year with a win. The Battle for the Rock volleyball tournament, that starts tomorrow, and we'll be at those games. We were supposed to be at the Rockwell game last night. I apologize to my all my friends at the with the Rockwell volleyball program. We had said we were going to be there, but then Robinson Chirinos over at 7AR, he asked for a favor to help him record a video and do some educational stuff for some parents. So we pivoted and we went out that way. Again, Chris Pena, Rockwall County Game Day. I can't thank our sponsors enough. Rockwall Ford, we're here live. Rockwallford.com, shop the rock. They're loaded with trucks right now. They're loaded with vehicles, and I couldn't even find a place to park tonight. And normally I can park that trailer, but those days of empty car lots, those are over because they are stacked everywhere. Don't go away. Stick with us. We'll be on for probably about 2 hours tonight. Robinson Chirinos, he will be joining us any moment now. I will take a quick break so that, I'll tell you what. Let me take a quick break, and he will be calling in just a moment. I want to get him all set up. Rockwall County Game Day, we're back, we're live, and we are excited. We just cannot wait to get going. Thank you guys for joining us. All of our sponsors, our new sponsor, Alpha Graphics. If you see our trailer rolling around town, how shiny it is and how beautiful it is, I'm super excited to have that thing behind the truck. We can't thank Butch Clark and his team over at Alpha Graphics and Rockwall enough. If you need any kind of signage, any kind of decals for your vehicles, your trailers, anything like that for printing, go see them. They're right off in Industrial, off of I-30 here in Rockwall, just behind kind of Airport Road, and they're wedged in between like Airport Road and Utley Middle School or Wilkerson Stadium. So we cannot thank them enough. Let me see if I can get Robinson in real quick because he is joining us. Let's see if this works. Robinson, can you hear us? Let's see.
Yes.
Hang on one second.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Let's see here. Robinson, can you hear us? Let's see. We're going to try and get through this. Robinson, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, you can
Hi,
hear
Chris.
me, but I can't hear you. Give me one moment. Let me. This is always the thing when we come on these new shows here for the new year. We've always got some kind of wrinkle in. Let's see here. Give me one moment, Robinson. I'm just messing with the sound settings here.
Okay.
Alrighty. This is why you folks at home, this is why you should always test this stuff before, because you never know. Let's see. Alrighty. All right. And hopefully. Right, input. If you guys can have any kind of issues hearing us, just let me know so that I can get this going. Let's see. Anything, Robinson, yet? Let's see.
Let me know if you
All
can
right.
hear me, Chris. You
I
hear me?
promise I'll have this set in just a moment. Audio, Pro FX. Robinson, you got me?
Yes.
Yeah, he can hear me, but I
You
can't
hear
hear
me,
him.
Chris?
So this is what we're going to do. We will, let's see here. That didn't work. Okay. Well, I don't know what's
Well,
going
now,
on here.
Chris.
Let's see if says check, mic check. Let me see something. Can you guys hear me? Let's see here. Well, I think we lost Robinson for a moment. Can you guys hear me? Can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Just messing with some mic check. Do we have
Hi,
audio? Do we have
Chris. Can
audio?
you hear
Okay,
me?
so they can hear me. So we're good there. So let's try this right here. Boom, boom. All right. I am not sure why we can't get you, Robinson. You can hear me. They can see you. I can see
Yeah, I can
you.
hear you.
But let me try one more thing here. Let me go to my audio here, and I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Let's try. Check. All right. Nothing yet, Robinson. All right. Well, I'm not sure, Robinson. Yeah, I can, and I don't think. Let me see something real quick. Well, I'm not sure, Robinson. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Robinson. These are the things we run into on these live shows and these. Sometimes these. Let's see. Guest has music. You're muted. Can you unmute him? Unmute. No, you're not muted. Okay. It says guest has muted themselves. So we're going to try one more thing, Robinson, and then we might have to do this. Let's see, interview, broadcast interview. Okay, audio. Check. Odd that it says guest has muted themselves. So I apologize. We probably should have practice run, huh, Robinson? uh, well, I tell you what, Robinson, why don't you try to call me back one more time, and then we'll see if we can't get this going. We apologize here. Hey, this is what happens on the first show of the year, right? Not everything goes according to plan, but we're going to keep giving it a go here. Just one more time. We're going to see if we can get him linked in on this call. All right, I see you now, and you can probably hear me. Yep, you can. Mess with one more sound setting, because now it says you're not muted, so let me try one more thing. Audio.
Try this right here.
Mic's good. That's good. Let me try one more on this side right here. Input.
But Chris, can you hear me?
No. No. No.
Nah. So sorry, Chris.
All right, Robinson. Hey,
was
we'll give it another go another time. I apologize. I'm not really sure what the deal is or why we can't hear you. You can hear me. I can see you. They can see you. So hey, Robinson Torino, 7AR. They're doing big things. We've got a really cool educational video coming out tomorrow about what they're doing over there. Me and Robinson, we'll talk. We'll do maybe another interview. Maybe I can swing by before you leave next week and see you, and we'll just we'll talk 7AR, and then I can play the recording for next week for everyone to listen. But I appreciate you. Trying, and I thank you for everything, and I love you, brother, and thank you so much.
Love you, man. Bye.
All right. Well, we gave it a shot, right? Dana said that he could hear us both, but we could not. Hey, well, I tell you what, the interview would not have worked well, Dana, without me be able to hear him. So yeah, I think it was probably the best for both of us if we tried another time. But Robinson Torino, 7AR, they're doing some really cool things, and I just can't wait to share what they have going on with you guys. If you're not familiar with that baseball academy and the things they're doing, and really the passion that they have for their kids and everything. Yeah, as we have Heath Football Booster Club, have you joined? Look, they got a QR code and everything on here that you can scan. I love it. They're prepared. I need to learn how to do those QR codes, by the way. So I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick break to kind of get my bearings, because those things always throw me off. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, I'm going to we're going to talk a little football, kind of what's going on. We're just going to quickly dive into it, and then again in about 20 minutes or so, we will have the Heath Football Booster Club on, and we'll talk about everything that they going on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
right, we are back. Welcome. We're live here at Rockwall Ford, joined by Mr. James Branch. Mr. Branch, welcome back.
Dude, it feels like forever, man.
It's good to be back. I appreciate you coming on. We'll be joined by Mr. Kevin Wingfield shortly. So let's just kind of catch up. What you been up to? How was the summer? How's everything been going? How's Harper?
Harper's doing great. He leaves tomorrow. And starting center back, University of the Ozarks. They're getting ready. They got 1 week till their first scrimmage. Moved up into a new division, and so they are every team that they're going to play in their division this year is ranked.
Okay.
And so they're in for a big challenge.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do. But he's doing great, man. It's awesome. And Harley graduated, so he's done with track, and he's trying to figure it out. He doesn't know what to do. He thinks he's supposed to be running every morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's awesome. And just finally, it feels like we haven't been on the air in forever.
Yeah, and it's exciting time, especially with what's going on. You're involved. If you don't know, Mr. Branch and his kids are at Roy City, and exciting times over at Roy City and everything that they have going on over there with Coach Colvin, and really just beyond Coach Colvin, all the stuff that they are building up over there. The facilities are beautiful. They're just getting better all the time, and it just seems like it's just a really fun time to be involved with Roy City and the athletics and the school and all the schools and everything like that. It's an exciting time to be part of Roy City, I'm sure.
No, it is, man. And like you said, the amount of growth, and if anybody goes out there this year for a game, you're going to see a brand new facility right there in the middle. And the amount of growth and the improvements that they've done to the stadium and all the complexes, the softball, baseball, everything's completely new. We have broken ground on another high school, the Wolverines.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
Yeah, I saw the helmet, and I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool, and it's going to be here before we know it. I think it's probably 3 or 4 years away before they do that, but man, it's the amount of growth that is out there is unbelievable. And Coach Colvin and his team and everything, they couldn't have come at a better time. And with the excitement, I can't wait to dive in and start talking about some of that stuff, because it's on the field and off the field, dude. It's just different.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and obviously, a lot of people around here know him.
Yeah.
And so there's he brings some coaches over with him, and it's an exciting time for sure for Roy City, and I can't wait to get going and see them live, see them start scrimmaging, things like that. It's really exciting, and give some of these kids some coverage, and see who's stepping up, see who's taking over.
It's all new, man. Right? You go hear names you've never heard. Look, almost all of these kids that you're going to see this year didn't get a lot of playing time in the past. So you've got fresh faces on the sidelines and on the field, and dude, it's just I don't even know where to start. I can't. We're going to dive into this thing and see what we're going to do. It's going to be an interesting year with the realignment, and of course we'll talk about all that stuff. But holy smokes, man!
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when you bring in Longview, and we talk about Forney moving into this district, and if you look at some of the area rankings and things like that, and the response, I'm interested to see the response kind of from the Rockwall and the Heaths, who have owned District 10 6A, and even Roy City, who is a short time in this district, made some noise that first year. But then you have Longview and Forney come in, and both of them ranked ahead of Rockwall and Heath. And I'm sure that they've, they're like, hey, man, we got some teams coming up from 5A. Obviously, Longview and Forney, they've had some good runs of late. Both of them, I think Forney went to the state semifinal game last year. And Longview's just been loaded, and they've been ranked seems like in the top 5 for the past few years. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun district. It's going to be tough. We might miss some of those Mesquite schools. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's interesting because I was thinking about that on the way over here. For the last couple of years, we've talked about 2 schools. And then everybody else. It's not that way now. Now you're talking 4 schools, maybe 5 schools. And dude, it's like I don't know. I mean, you got sleeper teams sitting out there, North Forney, and just so much stuff for us to get into. And I don't, it's going to be wild, man.
Yeah, it is. But hey, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, District 10 6A belongs to Rockwall and Heath. Rankings are just for us, and really they're kind of for fans and parents and
Yep.
the people that cover these things. But at the end of the day, I mean, they got to go out and play. And I think Rockwall and Heath are still like, listen, this is still our district until somebody can take it away from us. And Rockwall, they're pretty strong right now, right? I mean, you look at what Landon at the quarterback position.
Yep.
I mean, I expect like to see a 3,500 yard season from Landon, right? I mean,
Sure.
I think that last year he split in time, with Mr. Marshall, and what a phenomenal job they did, being able to switch off at the quarterback position. But this year, I think it's 100% his position, the quarterback at Rockwall, and we'll see what happens. I mean, they still got to go out there and play, right? I mean, I will say that. Speaking about Rockwall, like what a job Coach Vonner has done. And I did an interview with Coach Brooks, which I was gonna play tonight, Rockwall fans, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna wait another. I'm gonna wait till Monday because I've got some other interviews with coaches that I kind of want to release them all like together. I always get in a little bit of hot water. So if you're new to this, because we if you're new to this show, because I've been we moved to a new neighborhood. It's been a crazy summer. And we'll talk about me because I hate talking about me, right?
Right.
So, but we'll talk about some stuff what's been going on with me. But asking people, hey, join, check out what we're doing over at Rockwall County Game Day. Look, so if you're new to this, I try to do, especially when it comes to Rockwall and Heath, I do 1 cup Rockwall, 1 cup Heath, okay, and not a drop or an ounce more or less when I'm talking about either one of them because that's how it goes in this community. And so I think I'm gonna wait till I get the Coach Webb interview, and that way I can kind of release those out all at the same time, and then we'll get Coach Colvin's, and then of course we got Dallas Christian. We got the Eagles over at Heritage Christian. We got Providence Academy here in Rockwall to talk about. And
we need more time, man.
Dallas Christian. We got Dallas Christian. They're well, can you imagine they've got everybody talks about private football and you're like it's private school. Yeah, they're dominating. But here they have a quarterback who is a 3-time starting state championship. He's going for his 4th. He's committed to Syracuse. I've seen this dude in the summer. I've seen him of late. He is big. He is all business on his face. And Luke Carney for Dallas Christian. He's on a mission for history, and it's gonna be fun to watch the Chargers this year as well. Chris Pena, Rockwall County Game Day. Mr. James Branch, Rockwall County Game Day, repping the shirt. I'm glad.
Got the shirt.
Yeah, we got the shirt.
It's a little big now.
Well,
it's a little different now.
That's why I was trying to get y'all some smaller sizes so we can motivate, But no, you're looking good. And so we're going to talk a little bit more football here in just a second. Robert Harper, hi there from the Harper Show. Do you know Robert Harper?
I don't.
Okay, so I need to know Robert Harper. He says hi there from the Harper Show. So we appreciate the comments. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a lot going on, and I apologize once again for the Robinson Chirinos interview. I could hear him. I mean, he could hear me. I could see him. Everybody could see him. And then at the very last second, someone chimed in and said, hey, we can hear Robinson. But I still could not hear him, so I didn't want to go forward with that interview. Okay, I'll tell you what. Before we start jumping into football and talk, we're going to give Kevin a few more minutes. Why don't we do this? Let's bring on the Heath Hawk Booster Club, and they've got a QR code sign that they're going to bring up in just a moment. We'll take about a 40-second break. We'll set their QR code up. And then we're going to talk about what the Booster Club's got going on and what the community should be looking out for. So, Heath Hawk fans, just give us just a moment, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere after this message.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwall4.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Okay, we're back. We're live here at Rockwall Ford, and as you can see, the Heath Football Booster Club have you joined. So this is obviously going to be aimed at the Heath Hawk fans out there and families. You can on your phone scan that QR code. And you can join the Booster Club. And listen, these I can't say enough about the work that, and we'll introduce Mr. Dutka and Erica in just a second, president and vice president. But the work that they do, and really all the booster clubs do, but how important they are to the kids and to the community, and just making sure that they have what they need, the basic stuff. I saw that we'll talk about some big water cooler jugs that you bought for the kids. Those are things that we really don't think about. There's probably hundreds of small things that we never think about, that the things that they need. And really, where does that money come from? That comes from the support from you guys out there. And so, you can, as Mr. Jeff Hicks, the GM of Rockwall Ford, is leaving, and I should have asked Jeff to join us, is what I should have done. But sometimes it's not like he likes to talk or anything. But yeah, so it's very important that you scan this QR code, join, give any way you can, and we're going to let them talk a little bit more about that. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all you do. And, we have to start with, just kind of giving a shout out to last year's president, Mr. Barry Luff.
Yes.
And the job that he did. And, it's a time-consuming thing, I'm sure. And it takes commitment, and we all have lives, and we all have kids do things, and we got to get them places. Or I don't know, in high school maybe they get to drive themselves around, but we're still all busy. And so thank you guys for what you do, and the Luff family. They're great, and so many others obviously that have given to the Booster Club for Heath and things like that. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's rock and roll on this 24-25 year. Let's start with the VP, Erica. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm really well. I'm excited. Trying to get back into this. Trying to remember how I do this show and what buttons do what and things like that. These summers, sometimes it's good to have a break, and it's good to as my kids get older to hang out with them. But I start losing touch on what I'm doing here and what button does what and how do I control sound and things like that. So everything's really well. So let's talk about the Booster Club, and let's talk about some things that are going on with you guys. How's it been this year, and how's the support been?
It's been exciting. We've had quite a few events just to kind of ramp everybody up and get everybody excited. We've had a wonderful turnout. Go back 2 weeks ago, Coach Webb and our fabulous coaching staff put together a football moms clinic. I mean, they rolled out the red carpet for us, spent time in the locker room kind of going through a a Saturday meeting and what that looks like and reviewing game film. It was great to see all the mamas come together. I told Coach Webb, I feel like the coaches spent quite a bit of time with us. It made them real people.
Yep.
It really just kind of brought that together, and that's key. And then we rolled right into Mom's Brunch last weekend. Blown away, blown away. It's an event that we've had for 5 years now.
I've been to one, and it was awesome. And there was I don't know, 50, 60, 80 ladies there, and it just looked like it was a great time.
Well, we've upped the numbers.
Okay.
This year, I believe our final count was roughly 125,
Wow!
130.
Congratulations.
So it was a great way to celebrate the moms, really fellowship, talk a little bit about, what it means to be in this fabulous football program, share a little bit about what myself and Brent and, of course, Bruce, Doug, and can't leave out Jennifer of what we're all doing to kind of rally and support our boys. Lots of great donations rolled in from our fabulous community. So we were able to give some cool prizes away. And then here in a couple weeks, we're going to celebrate the dads a little bit with Decals with Dads.
Very nice.
Going to pull some dads in, show them a little merch, give them a little love, start decorating those helmets. It's going to be fabulous.
Yep.
And then, of course, once season kicks off, got to talk about our community event that we have, community tailgate, very graciously put together by Rockwall Ford and Rockwall Dodge, really kind of coming together. We've got some great guys coming in to help cook some barbecue and put together some wonderful meals, but it is open to everybody in the community prior to the game starting. So we're real excited. We're going to throw up a big tent, have everybody come together, have a little food, talk about the game.
You'll have information on this that we can kind of release out soon enough?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's awesome, and seeing the parents get involved, and I imagine the relationship with the coaches is one of the most important things to a parent, just having that communication and understanding what they're about and, how they're interacting with the kids, and it's got to comfort you as a parent to have that time and have the coaches like Coach Webb, and Coach Moore, and just to be able to kind of show that they care, they're here for you guys, and obviously they want to help raise good young men and women. So yeah, I'm sure it's an exciting time for you guys.
It was fabulous. I mean, these guys, these dads, I mean, most of them have been through it, right? So they kind of know a little bit. They get that bond with their son. But the mamas, we sit back and we're like, we don't know what Saturday morning talk looks like. Like, what is that? So it really gave us some takeaways, some things that, we can sit around the dinner table and have some conversations and, talk about what it means to watch game film.
Yeah.
To strategize and review plays and
figure out why they were in cover two, and they should have been in man. Why were they in zone?
And we
like
learned that.
There you go. That's awesome.
It gets kind of dangerous, though, right?
Yeah.
So now when mom's involved in those conversations, there's a little check that's happening.
I imagine it's got to be like my son. He's in 8th grade at Utley, and so he just started football for the first time. He plays a lot of soccer, but he was like, I want to give football a go. But for us to try to learn and what they're doing, and to listen to him and these coaches talk about their philosophy, and how it's going to come, and it's a learning experience for us, and so it's really cool to see. But yeah, I bet it was really cool to be in there to with the moms and the coaches and listen to all that.
And it was a great experience for our incoming freshman moms because, we've been in the program a few years now. And so we know a lot of these. We do have some new coaches. So, it was nice to meet those new coaches. But this is a thing that the coaches have committed to opening up year over year. And so we're going to make it bigger and better. And invite the Kane mamas and the Utley mamas to come in so that they can kind of get a glimpse as they prepare for Heath. So it's exciting.
We're talking Heath Football Booster Club. As you can see, the QR code, scan that thing. If you haven't joined, if you're interested in learning more, again, it's vital. It's super important. We can't stress it enough on finding ways to help the booster club so that they can help the kids and help the coaches so that we can continue things that they're talking about. And, these things are not only time consuming, but they cost a lot of money. Yeah. These helmets, these water jugs, these mouthpieces, these things just add up, and there's a lot of kids. So it costs a lot of money, and it's important that the programs have the support from booster clubs, which comes from the community and people that are willing to be on the boards and take over. So yeah, scan that QR code for me, and let's get signed up. Hopefully we can get some people signed up tonight. Mr. Dutka, I want to get your take on it, and how much you're looking forward to this, and did you know how much was going to be asked of you in the president position?
Well, first, you got to give respect to Barry Luff and the foundation that he laid last year. And this is Erica and this is our second term serving on the board, and it is definitely a lot of commitment. And we can't thank our board enough. If you're out there, thank you to Bruce and to Doug and to Jen for all that you do, because it is a team affair. And when you look at Shop in the Rock and Jeff Hicks and Ricky for what they do at Dodge and at Ford, they're staples in the community. And one thing that we've learned from Coach Webb and the staff is bringing the community together. So not only rocking the block age, but making sure that we're bringing that community environment and to serve the kids. Coaches do what they do between the lines, but we want to make sure that we provide anything and everything that they need to be successful
throughout the season. So just more than just about giving money. If you join the Booster Club and you're not on the board, what involvement is it there for community? We talked about what's coming up for the community, the little barbecue pep rally, kind of kick off the year. But on game days or throughout the week, what are you guys doing to keep everyone involved throughout the year?
Yeah, so one initiative, last year that Eric and I talked a lot about is making sure that, not only varsity, but also sub-varsity and freshmen have an unbelievable high school experience and stay through the program, because it is a journey from 9th grade to your 12th grade year. So, ensuring that we have a surprise and delight. So, varsity previously would get those goodie bags for every game, but we wanted to make sure we chose specific games throughout the year so that those underclassmen had a very similar experience to look forward to, but also get a taste for what's to come as you work through the program. Simple things like locker tags. As you start to collect those locker tags throughout your journey, you can look back and reflect on where you started and then where'd you end up through the program. So we try to bring in those initiatives, and Erica can really speak to the volunteers that we get. It's not just members. It is a true volunteer program that takes an army to pull these initiatives off.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely do not have to be a member of the Booster Club to partake in these activities. I mean, we want everybody to feel included. Doesn't matter which team you're on, what grade level, what ranking. This is about coming together and celebrating our kids. I have a junior. Barring injury, he's got 20 games left. Man,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so you
get a little frog in your throat when you think about it like that. So really making sure that we're connecting with all of the parents. We do a lot of fellowship at local restaurants, especially in the Heath area. And, you walk in and it's like the managers there are asking how the game was. You've got different tables now talking together. I mean, it really is about coming together, fellowship, celebrating, and really just going on this journey together.
Yeah, we talk about the fellowship and just celebrating and being there for the kids, because that's what it's all about. Obviously, we want wins, right? We want wins.
100%.
But I mean, there's wins and losses, and they figure that on the field. But it's our job as a community to be there to support no matter what, and to make sure that this year we're building something for next year and for the year after and things like that. And it's really done by the Booster Club. I mean, I can't, people, if you want new uniforms, if you want new helmet stickers, if you want all these cool things, well, guess what? You gotta help, and this is a way. If you can scan that QR code, you Heath Hawk fans, or hey, if you're a Rockwall fan, you just want to see everybody shine, then now's your time, right? So yeah, it's a beautiful thing that it's special in this community. I can guarantee you this isn't everywhere. What goes on in Heath and Rockwall, and now as you see the excitement with former Rockwall coach going over to Roy City. But yeah, it's a special thing you guys got going on. So congratulations so far.
Thank you.
Just looking at this season, I gotta know how what's the vibe and feeling about traveling to all these long views and things like that. We're gonna see Longview and then Tyler Legacy.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule. Where do you guys travel to this year?
Longview.
Yep, you go to Longview.
Yeah.
So how much fun are you looking at Longview? I've heard that is one of the a bucket list to watch a football game. By the way.
Yeah, I've heard the same. I've
Yeah.
heard the same. And I think, you know, from a fan perspective, we're looking forward to the travel. It is, you know, it's I think around 2 hours. We've got freshmen that are heading out, and then also varsity. So you know, going to those new environments and seeing how those towns operate and how they rally behind their players, you know, that's really what we're excited about. And we want to make sure that we have the kids prepared. You know, one thing that we've implemented is a hydration program. You saw the water boy. That's again, thank you to our sponsors. These are the things that we purchase and implement. But you know, we've worked with Coach to make sure that he's got all the resources from a hydration plan. It's a tough time of year right now, but we want to get them prepared. So our job is to make sure we prepare them however we can, and then for those long journeys, you know, make sure that they're fed before and then also after the game, and then they stay hydrated.
Yep. And I saw the Heathhawks Football Booster Club. They posted a link in our chat there.
Awesome.
So if you don't have a phone next to you, you can't scan that. You can click on that link, and we'll share that. We'll make sure that we share this QR code, you know, this evening. We'll take a screenshot of that and send it out. So what else do we got going on?
I mean, I'm just going to say, yes, I'm excited about traveling, but I'm excited about 6 home games this year.
Yeah.
6 home games.
I
That's
mean, got a team coming in from Georgia. I mean, thank you to the district for making that happen for our boys. I mean, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of changes in the district. We're gonna, you know, it's go the AD Russ Reeves. He moves on, and we wish Coach Reeves all the best. But yeah, I mean, you know, as a booster club and as a parent, you know, these changes, we just have to deal with them every day. And yeah, you just hope for the support from the district. And Rockwall ISD's, they've always been great.
Fabulous.
I mean, they're just top notch, and so we you know, we can't say enough about what they do for the kids. And sometimes, you know, they're trying to do more. And again, that's help from the community that they can do more. The all season, as people can find out and see you guys, will you guys be have tailgates every game? Will you have events in the at every home game? What's the plan there?
Yeah, working directly with Jeff and with Ricky at Rockwall Dodge. You know, Shop the Rock is really got behind a full tailgate initiative. So they're going to have a tailgate experience that's going to be for everybody at the Wilk for each one of our home games, which we're super excited about. You know, we're going to have Bobby Robinson that's going to be on the grill. So it's going to be, you know, hamburgers and hot dogs and brisket. And
Bobby can't wait till October. These
That's
105 teams. But hey, as soon as we get through that, it's going to be golden. But then we'll be complaining about rain and stuff like that, right?
That's right. But, you know, again, it's, as Erica mentioned, it's the fellowship, right? So it's coming together. It's enjoying an incredible experience and watching the kids on Friday night. And leading up to, you know, I-30 Classic, which we're you know, Erica's already just, you know, beating us up over, you know,
different this year.
Prepared,
but you
ready.
have time this year to kind of prepare, because usually it's like out the gate for district, and now it's like one of the last games of the year in November. So you have time.
And we're on the other side this year too, so we've got to plan and coordinate for that. So there's a lot of work that goes into these programs, and you know, as a vice president, that's her role and responsibility, which is to lead these things, and it is a full-time job.
Yep.
But again, can't thank the board enough for all they do just to bring these things to life.
Quick shout out to Jennifer. She's the one that posted
That's
that
right.
link for us.
Okay. All
She
right.
keeps us in you know, keeps us on point and making things happen. She's
What's Jennifer's last name?
Jennifer. I always say it wrong. I say Vassal, but I think
Okay.
it's Vasile.
Okay. All right.
But yes,
I
she's
butcher
amazing.
names. That's
Yeah.
that's part of my job up here, just to butcher names. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's great with social media. You know, H9 campus had a picture. She's already reshared it to give a shout out to Coach Neal, you know, who was coaching. So really trying to make sure that we're celebrating, yes, what our boys are doing on the field, but when our coaches are out and about in the school, when things are happening in the community, she's great at resharing and just making sure that all of our sponsors are acknowledged, and, you know, hey, come shop the Rock, you know, spend your money here, keep it local, right? So she's fabulous. We're excited to have her on our board this year.
That's awesome. And then before we let you go, just kind of this journey your kids are on. I know senior year for you said junior year, but just how special it is to watch these kids grow up and be in a community like this, and how much you're looking forward to this senior year, this last ride they call it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you still got lacrosse right later on, but just I'd like to get a parent's perspective on what it's like just watching these kids grow up.
Well, I'll give a shout out to the Dudka family, because while they are starting their senior year, they've also got one start in their freshman year. So we are fortunate enough to keep the Dudka family in the organization for a few years. This is something that we got teared up at Mom's Brunch this past week, just kind of talking about this. But it is a journey. It's a journey, and don't take any moment for granted. You never know, if your son is going to choose to not play again. So making sure that as parents and friends and family in this community, if you see that family huddled together, stop and snap that picture for them. Take it in, take those 10-15 minutes after a game and really just hug and celebrate and be in the moment. I mean, I can only imagine what 6 Friday nights his senior year is going to be like for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a super special ride, and can't thank the staff enough for all that they've done. But for us, it's really about Rylan and Landon having this year together in some capacity, where big brother's moving on and little brother's coming up. So that's been pretty cool and pretty special. And then just the community overall and all of the activities. Don't blink, because it's going to go by fast, and I can't believe it's his senior year, but we're excited about this season and even what's to come afterwards. But yeah, it's pretty special.
I mean, it's so special. We've got a bunch of dads that got together, and they're going to grill for the boys this weekend after Saturday practice.
Nice.
They got freshmen JV and varsity dads that are willing to get up. They're gonna grill for varsity as they come off the field, and they're all going to stick around until after the JV practice to cook for those boys.
Yep.
That's what this is about. That
100%.
this is about community. This is about coming together and finding those opportunities to be in the moment and to not let it pass by.
Yeah,
quickly.
that's what makes it special around here. That's what makes it unique, and we're really excited. We're really excited for you guys, Brent, Erica. I appreciate you stopping by, guys. Again, that QR code. Feel free to scan that. There was a link in the chat there. You can hit that link. It's a great way to get involved. It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be lots going on in these parking lots in just a couple of weeks. It's coming. It's going to come fast, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's nothing like Friday night football or Thursday night, whatever night we decide to play on around here. I haven't looked at the schedule in detail just yet. Guys, thank you so much. I enjoyed it. Thank you for all that you do. I know it's super important. It's important to me to be able to share that kind of stuff and to give back whenever I can, and we will. We'll make sure that we get you a check this year and throw to the booster club that's going to go to the kids. So it's have a great year, have fun. I will make sure that I am at some of these tailgates, and I will see you guys. I love to show up early, and I love food, so I will make sure that I figure a way out to get some barbecue or whatever's on the grill that day. And good luck to your kids. Wish you health and lots of prayers out for the team this year. Just to have a good time, enjoy it. That's really what it's all about. So you guys have some fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
All right. We're going to let them go. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Mr. Kevin Wingfield, Mr. James Branch, we're going to talk a little football. We're going to try and dive into it a little bit. We haven't visited all the practices yet. We haven't finished all the coaches' interviews yet. Life's a little bit different and busy for me now that I got an 8th grader trying to play football, and we're brand new schools, so it kind of, especially this. And thank God, I'm not complaining. Thank God they do, but having to be at practice at 6 a.m. Is it's an early morning.
It's a little cooler though.
It is a little cooler for me, and then I just try to figure out where I'm at for a couple of hours while I drink as much coffee as I can. Good luck this year. Have fun. We'll see you out there. We'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
right, we're back. We're live here at Rockwall Ford. We're going to finish up our last segment. We're going to see how long we go here. We're going to try and sound like we know what we're talking about. That's kind of the job up here, right? We just
tried
kind
that for 2 years. It hasn't worked yet. But
give our opinion that doesn't mean anything. All right, let me just ask you flat out. Let's just start here. If you said you've got obviously, I'm going to put you on the spot here. We got Longview, we got Forney, we got Heath, Rockwall, Royce City, North Forney, and Tyler Legacy.
Legacy.
Is there 7?
Yeah, 7.
That's
7?
it.
All right.
Drop 2, got 2.
Who's your 2 playoff teams right out the bat?
Ooh.
Right off the bat,
Right up, just looking, just thinking, like, who's your playoff teams?
Rockwall and Forney.
Rockwall and Forney.
Rockwall and Forney, huh? Man, I'm going to put Rockwall in there for sure.
Yep.
And I'm tossed up between Longview and Forney. Just to go against you, I'm going to go Longview.
That back they got at Forney's a real deal.
know?
Yeah,
It's a real deal.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, listen, they're coming up from 5A, but that does not mean that they can't make it. We saw Royce City their first year up in 6A. They make the playoffs. The top 2, there's the top 4 will make the playoffs, I believe.
Yep.
So we're not saying that. We're just saying our top 2, right?
Sure.
And then it gets kind of mixed up. For those final 2 spots. I think if you're probably looking at it, you're probably saying, all right, the top 4, just right off the bat, you got Rockwall Heath because it's been their district for a while, and you got Longview Forney, right? I think, we'll see what Royce City has to say about it. We'll see what Tyler Legacy has to say about it, right? What we've got a lot going on here, but the addition of Longview and Forney, anybody who's thinking, well, they're 5A, they got to learn how to play 6A ball. I think they've got dudes on the
Longview's always got dudes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what division. They've always got dudes.
And from the time that they've grown, they've been successful all through their years of moving up. And we've seen it. The difference between 5A, D1 to 6A, D2 or whatever. It's the big boys, but schools make that transition if you've got the dudes. We made that transition, other schools and still have been competitive. So just because they're moving up, I don't think you can count them out. But, I said Longview just to go against you, just to see how we go through the year, Well,
I don't want Forney people. I don't pick yet. I was having y'all pick because, I don't want to get beat up anywhere.
I'm not counting Forney out at all, and I'm not counting North Forney out at all either.
I don't know anything about North Forney this year.
Yeah, I was obviously close with Coach Luster, the former North Forney coach, and he moves on. So I have not reached out to the new coach over there and just kind of see what they have going on. I will say they were trending up.
Yep.
They were trending up. They started to have some skill position players that were shining that were obviously a problem for teams. And they had that really tall quarterback, and he was doing things with his leg and his arms. I'm not sure if he moved on or if he's back again. He might be back for one more year. I'm not sure.
And they had some talent move in. They had some talent move in. And this is what's weird about this is you've got North Forney has a new coach, Royce City has a new coach. You've got 2 teams that have moved into the district. It's just like you don't know.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years, we've been able to sit here and talk and go, and now we're going, man, we got new coaches and new schemes. You've had talent, but you still got to implement the new system.
Yeah. And you're learning players because, especially our group when we started, kind of your kids were coming into high school and you were really in tune to what was going on at Heath and Royce City. And those seemed like because they were so loaded at some of these schools, the kids were starting for 3 years. So for the past 3 years, we've known kind of the same players, kind of the same. And now, and now it's kind of like resetting. We're reshuffling, and we've got this whole new crop. And really, the only thing that that I know for sure is that, hey, listen, they've got especially around here when you talk about Royce City, Rockwall, and Heath. They got 3 dudes coaching these teams.
Yes.
They got 3 dudes. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, and so they've got some great leadership. We know that. And, you get the kids to buy in to what they're preaching. And from the hype and social media, it sounds like Coach Colvin get this going. Is his team set yet? Has he, has they started their junior high? I mean, their JV and middle school programs. Have they bought in yet? And are the kids? I think typically it takes a year or two before they start becoming a factor, even with a good head coach. This is year 2 for Coach Webb over at Heath. Sounds like they're young. Sounds like they've got a lot of kids that nobody has film on, that they're going to surprise some people. So there's a lot for us that we're not going to know until we start seeing it.
Right.
Week 1, week 2, week 3. I think after week 3, we can have a pretty good idea of what these teams are going to be like.
Yeah, you look at – I mean, I'll just jump in with Roy City. If you look at them and you look at their roster, they've got a lot of seniors on their team. But just like you said, a lot of those seniors haven't gotten playing time because you had the guys that held their starting positions for 2 years. And so even though they're seniors, they've got experience playing. There's a difference in JV and varsity.
Yep.
And so – you've got a new quarterback out at Roy City this year,
and which I know. Jay Oliver moves on. Coach Oliver moves on. The quarterback from last year. We've known Roy City. They've run the ball, right? Their offensive line has been big. They've been really good. You can, from going back to Champ and to Sam Mitchum, and then last year's running back who moves on. I mean, it seems like Roy City just turning in running backs, and so I'm interested to see what they have because I don't know what they have at quarterback.
Well, they've got pretty much a new offensive line. They've got a new quarterback. They've got a new running back. I think they're going to probably do running more than one, obviously. But Roy City is rebuilding. Well, they're going to take it to not rebuilding, but when you look at it from a sense of how many starters you had on varsity last year, they're gonna have a lot of new kids on there, along with a new coach and a new coaching staff. And I'm with you, man. Dude, I love what I'm seeing. I love the excitement. Mm-hmm. I love the videos that they were posting. I love all the stuff off the field. Roy City has never, since I've been there, had off the field hype. Like, the coaches' wives, Miss Colvin is involved and had the mom's day, and man, they're fundraising and they're doing all this stuff, and the excitement they're generating off of the field, as well as what the coaches are doing on the field. Roy City's never had that.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that Roy City has struggled with for years is, and you can see that they're bringing in the Rockwall style, the hype. They're trying to build that core that Heath has and Rockwall has, just like the Booster Club. I think you're going to start seeing that over the next couple of years.
And that's what we talked about this for the last 2 years. Every time we get a team that's got a new coach, are the kids going to buy in? We talked about it when Webb came back to Heath. When they made the decision to hire the guy from Rockwall to go to Roy City, I automatically said Roy City was going to be a good team.
Yeah.
Because he's got that Rockwall mentality that he's going to take out there to that team that they lost leadership last year, and he's not going to deal with it. They need somebody in there that's going to put some stuff in those kids' butts, and I think that's the guy that's going to do it. And I'll tell you right now, Roy City is going to be good for a while.
I do too. I think I think they're just building more than the team.
Yes,
they're building what they've been missing the whole time, and that's the crowd involvement. You can win games and fill stands, but you got to have people get involved.
Yes.
And you got to have people show up, just like what, you've got it in Rockwall and in Heath and the Booster Club and all this other stuff. And Roy City has lacked in that department for many years.
Exactly.
And I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. I'm not knocking Roy City. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's exciting to see what the coaches and they're doing. And, man, I love it. And I think you give this thing a couple of years, and I think you're going to be pretty impressed. And I think this district is already one of the toughest districts. I think it ranks right up there with the
Duncanville and Waxahachie,
it's
100%.
There is no cakewalk in this district.
No,
it's just not. If you look on paper, everybody has a shot. They really do. I mean, the coaches are there. We talked about it. Look at look at what Heath has got on their preseason schedule.
Oh yeah,
That's a gauntlet.
this
Again,
is a team from Georgia coming in.
yes, they're playing South Lake Carroll again.
Yeah.
They're playing all these big teams. Forney's going down to A&M Consolidated.
Yeah.
They're playing a big boy off the bat. So
Well, look, Roy City's they're playing Denton Braswell.
there you go.
And-
I mean,
That's that's Coach Colvin doing what we've seen Rockwall do and
Yes.
Heath do, and they schedule really good teams
You
right out the
have
gate, and they want to know. And they want to put these kids under some pressure and play the good teams, because while I always consider this time preseason, right, until we start district play,
Right.
but these teams that this caliber of team that you're going to face now, when you talk about the schedule, when you're scheduling tough teams,
Exactly.
that's who's coming
That's
if you
what
want to make the playoffs.
It's what you're going to face
That's
in 11 and week 11 and 12 and
Right,
13.
right.
That's what you got to get ready for. You go out there and hang toe to toe with these guys, you lose.
Right.
But you're going to build on it, and you've
Yeah.
got to build on it. I mean, look, Heath played Denton a couple of years ago and just got shellacked.
Yeah.
Last year, it was a different story. The year before, it was a different story. We hung with them, and
Yeah.
we kind of lost it there in the second half. But still, if we get these kids to go out there and they buy into it, and not only do they buy into it, but now you got the community buying into it. You see the Rockwall stands full. You're going to see the Roy City stands full. Wait till these Forney crowd gets here.
Yeah.
They're one of the oldest schools in the
Yeah.
state. These guys are going to bring it too. I can't wait to get that rivalry involved.
Yeah, that's what's so cool, man, is you've got a bunch of rivalries going. Forney, North Forney, Rockwall Heath, Rockwall, Roy City, Rockwall Heath, Roy City, and
Forney, North Forney.
Just
Yeah, it's just here we go.
yeah. There's not a week off.
So
These games are going to be fun.
let me ask you, you've kind of you're done with Heath, right? Your boys are done with Heath. I know you're still a Heath supporter, but
Oh yeah,
feel
always.
like you're a little close to Forney, and you talk about some of the things that they got going on. Obviously the fans and the crowd and things like that.
Yep.
And you talk about older school. Is it tough to play in that? Is it tough to go to Forney? Is
Yes.
that a place that they'd
Yes,
say is
it
like,
is
hey,
not. You're not going to just walk over there and go, oh well, we're going to play this little 5A school. When you go over there, it's basically like Rockwall Heath. They fill those stands regardless of who's coming in.
Longview Chiropractor Center is watching, so we got Longview.
We got to talk about Longview.
Well, you picked Longview to
They're
finish in
way
the top
too
two.
That's
far.
why they're watching right
You
now.
picked Longview to be in the top two.
Somebody called
just
them.
a minute ago. So I mean, hey, that's a shout out.
Longview
to-
Chiropractic.
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to going to some different stadiums.
Yes,
and going to Forney. Traveling to Longview. I can't. I hear that's a bucket list place to watch a football game. I can't wait to
It's a terrible drive. but
interact
It's
with
a horrible drive,
well,
especially
I
when your
love
kid's
to-
as young as yours is,
I
and you
love-
have to go on a
I'm not
Tuesday night.
I'm not. Oh, yeah.
Think about that one, buddy.
yeah.
Those
I'm not.
Tuesday night Longview drives will whip you.
I'm not. I don't even know if we go to Longview, but anyway.
It's fun
eventually.
to play at Legacy too. That field is
Rose.
That,
Uh,
I love
yeah,
that
Rose
stadium.
Yeah,
love that stadium.
But I love. You say it's a bad drive. I love driving east. I love the Pines.
oh yeah,
I love all that stuff. But I can't wait. Longview game day is kind of branches off from Texarkana game day.
yes.
And so we're kind of tied there. There's some ties there. I cannot wait to interact with Longview game day, and go to a game over there. And Heath's traveling there this year. I know.
Sounds like we all need to make a road trip and just set up on either
yeah,
opposite end zones on that one.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward. Yeah, I'm looking. Hey, I can make that happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
The stadium
traveling
is
and-
beautiful. The
and
pine
see-
trees
yeah.
are everywhere.
Yeah,
there.
see, I've never seen it. I've
It's-
never seen it, but I've heard good things.
Uh,
But I think it's gonna be an adjustment. Obviously for parents, the travel is a real thing.
It is.
It is a real thing. But to see some new blood in the district, and then to get tested. I mean, these are really good programs, really good coaches, really good kids. I'm interested to see how they respond around here to these teams.
Well, I mean, look, man, you think about it. You've got Rockwall goes deep every year. Longview has gone deep every year. Forney went deep last year.
yes, they did.
Heath has been deep. I mean, dude, you got all of these schools have gone deep into the playoffs, and
And now they're going to beat each other up.
now they're going to beat each
They're
other
going to beat
up.
each other up. And think about this: we're going to Heath this year with no Hoover at quarterback.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's this
You
is
know,
the last year we'll see a lock.
exactly. In Rockwall, right?
Yeah, this is the
So
last year we'll see a lock, and the Hoover era is over, and the lock era, which I think it's going to be a monster year for Mr. Locke.
yeah.
I think I was trying to look at like stats and big years that quarterbacks have had in Texas high school football. And I'm circling. If I have a crazy prediction before the year starts, I'm going to say Mr. Locke throws for 3,500 yards plus, right? And so because he's got the weapons to do it, and obviously he's got the arm talent, and just to be able to bounce ideas off his brother Braden, who's at Wisconsin. Of course, Landon is a Wisconsin commit himself, but to that just seems like a perfect storm for him. And I know Coach Brooks and that staff. Even if I asked him in the interview, he holds back. He's a little reserved, but I know he knows that he's got a monster just waiting to be unleashed.
Oh, yeah.
I think this district is good for Rockwall because they excel in those bigger games.
Yeah.
They seem to play better. They play good all the time, but they seem to really love the big game.
Well, look at them last year. How many times were they down, and then all of a sudden, here they come.
Yep.
You cannot count that team out. You just can't.
It is kind of weird though to start the year and you're not talking strictly Rockwall and Rockwall Heath. You're talking multiple teams.
Well, yeah,
and it's just it's different for us, and to that you're going, okay, well, we got to talk about Forney and Longview,
and we knew it was going to be like that when they shook the district up. And can we have a moment of silence now for Mesquite and Horn at the district they went to?
Yeah,
oh, Lord, you talk about just dying a slow death every year. My gosh,
man,
DeSoto
for the next 2 years,
Duncanville, Cedar Hill,
want no part of it.
No.
Yeah,
Waxahachie, and we're going to go play them now.
Yeah,
enjoy that.
Yeah. No, that's and that's the big piece missing, right? From around here is like, all right, how do we get past that round? How do we get to them and beat them, right? I mean, they take care of Waxahachie. That again, Rockwall did last year. That was phenomenal. Ashton Emery goes off for 200 plus yards.
Right.
He was just a beast in that game versus Waxahachie. But I mean, it's now. You want to see, obviously, one of these teams. I think Rockwall's in a little bit better position. That's just me not really seeing Heath yet and knowing a lot about Heath. I do know a few game-changing type players that they have on you that a lot of people don't know yet, and I'm not going to spill out names because I want to keep them off the radar and see what happens. People are going to know them very quickly.
I'll be there on Friday night, so I'm still rooting for Heath. And my girlfriend's from Forney. She used to be the Booster Club president. I've already told her. I said, look, when Forney plays Heath, I'm going to be on the Heath sideline, so we may have that. We have to get those funny-looking jerseys now. One's half red and half black.
Half, yeah. Split.
Chris Pena with Rockwall County Game Day. We are. This is our kickoff show, so we have not done a show probably in 8 weeks now, and so we're kicking off the year. Obviously, football is the kind of the spoon that stirs the pot, but when you dig deeper, we're going to talk about volleyball. We're going to talk about cross country that's going on. We still got private schools to talk about. Mr. James Branch, Mr. Kevin Wingfield, obviously. Mr. Branch is his kids that went to Roy City, and we have a Heath Hawk over here. But it doesn't stop us from talking about pretty much everyone around this area that we see, and we kind of do it every Wednesday. As many Wednesdays as I can drag them here, it will be the plan. I understand they have lives and things like that, but okay. So really quickly, I just thoughts on a thing like Dallas Christian, what they got going on. I know you don't know, but know a lot about them other than what we talk about periodically, but going for their 4 state championship. They got a quarterback who's committed to Syracuse. He's been the starter for the first 3. How cool is that? Just as a sports fan, just be like, man, I don't know if that's ever been done. I don't know.
How does that even happen?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't know. I mean, the kids. I mean, obviously he's taking care of his body. He's obviously a quarterback, right? I mean, he's obviously the guy. And when you have a legit dude at quarterback, you have a chance. And then some of the private schools, to be quite honest, they're smaller, right? So they don't
Right.
have the talent depth. But once you get into the playoffs, they start seeing really good teams. But just being able, just saying, hey, we have a chance to win 4 in a row, and this could win 4 in a row. He's going to end up with 10,000 plus passing yards and probably 4,000 rushing or something like that in his career. And I'm probably low on that right now. He's probably already got that.
I think that speaks to the coach of knowing how to use him.
Shout out Coach Wheeler.
And I think it goes to the offensive line. I think he is that successful because of his wide receivers and because of the coaching and because of the offensive line.
Yeah.
And without them, he wouldn't be there. So the fact that the coach has been able to have all of that together for all of those years in a row and figure out how to put that puzzle together, because regardless, every year it's a puzzle that you've got to try to figure out how to, put together. So, man, kudos to the coaches over there. Kudos to him and that offensive line. And,
hello, Harper Branch. I see you watching.
Everything those guys have done, man. It really, really impressive that year over year over year, they're as successful as they've been able to be.
Yeah, and we talk about them every year.
Absolutely.
And every year that we talk about them, it's always they won another state title. They won another state title. They won another state title. So
we're here talking a little football. I got a quick question. Can you guys see? Are we moving on screen there? Are we? You got us live?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. All right. I was frozen. I'm just making sure that we hadn't lost connection there because I see us still live here. Yeah, and then we'll mix in some Heritage Christian and Providence Academy, talk along the way. I mean, it's important that we get them involved in the community and we support them just as much and make them feel, part of the show, just like we try to do for the others. But as you guys, if you're new to the show, I'll mix in volleyball. We'll mix in
which
other
has
sports.
started, by the way.
They start before school does.
Yeah, Rockwall, the Lady Jackets, they won last night. I believe Dallas Christian, they played last night. I think they won as well. The Battle for the Rock volleyball tournament starts tomorrow morning. I believe Rockwall plays at 9 a.m. There's games. Rockwall play all their games in that tournament at home. Heath is in that tournament as well. They'll play their tournaments at home. I'll be kind of just jumping back and forth tomorrow, and then I'll post that schedule. I got permission to post that schedule. So if you're a volleyball fan or you want to go catch some volleyball, kids will be missing school already for some sports.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Volleyball is the first sport that kicks off, and man, it's just crazy how it's going.
All right, so let's switch gears here. Let's talk about let's just try to mix in some college and some pro here. First off, thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys? Do they have a shot? And do we still believe in Dak Prescott? Are we still Dak Prescott
man.
fans?
Anybody that can score 12 points in a football game should win everything, right?
I think Dallas is going to do what Dallas does. They're going to make the playoffs and they're going to lose.
And they're going to disappoint us as usual.
I've got me. I'm a huge Dak guy. And if you don't know me and you're new to what we're doing here, I'm a huge Dak Prescott guy. And so I think I think this is the year Dallas gets to the NFC Championship. I just think
we're going to start this right on night one.
We usually should wait another 3 or 4 weeks before
I think
get that high.
I love the CeeDee Lamb holdout. I love the whole controversy around Dak's contract. I just think I love that stuff, and I think when the guys are fat and happy and they're full, they have everything on their plate, and they don't need to go for seconds, then they get a little complacent. It's like, all right, well,
they are the most valuable team now.
10 billion or 10-something billion. Yeah, I think.
What do you think? What do you think? The new defense. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I
am happy that the kid from Texas is back this year.
Yes, they have.
I think he's going to make a difference.
They obviously, you need their big players, Micah and those guys. You got to stay healthy. Number one. Micah kind of disappeared in some big games and some big spots, right? He just, he he would blow up for 2 or 3 games against kind of weaker talent, and then kind of disappear, and people would figure him out. I think I still think this is a really good defense. I think they've got a knack. They've shown over the past couple years, talking about the Dallas Cowboys, that they've got a knack to get the ball, create turnovers. Now, listen, you're correct. I mean, what's the point of watching the Dallas Cowboys in the regular season? They're going to win 10, 11, 12 games. The over-under's 10.5.
Yep.
They're going to win right around there. I think we're going to see for the first time since 2004 a back-to-back division winner. I think Dallas Cowboys will win the East, and that we have not seen a team in the East, the NFC East, win back-to-back since 2004. I think this is the year the Cowboys break that tradition. And I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it's just been building up, and you can't have that much talent for this long of a period and it finally not spill over. And this is part of me not believing in what Jalen Hurts is. That's an overrated quarterback. He's not in my top 10. Jordan Love. Okay, he played good. You know, he had a good year.
No, he had a great year.
Yeah, he had a great year.
And he made us look like a 7th grade team.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I'm a Cowboy fan.
But can you do it 2 years in a row? Right? Can you do it 2 years in a row? Jalen Hurts comes right out and he's phenomenal, and then he's back to no. So you look at Houston, right? C.J. Stroud, phenomenal.
Houston's gonna be good this year.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right?
They're gonna be real good.
But can he do it again?
Yeah.
Can he do it again? Right? I mean, this is why I'm so high on like Dak Prescott, is because he backs up one good statistical year with another and another.
But what does
8
he not
years
have this year that he's had before? He does not have a running back. Who do we have?
Yeah.
Zeke?
I mean,
Come on, man.
let the man eat. You know, let the man eat. I don't know. I mean, but
He can eat on the 1 yard line. That's about it.
maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they're like, okay, we're going to be more of a passing offense, and let's just let Dak go. Let's let him use his legs a little bit more. You know, but I think, you know, all these quarterbacks that we talk about, because people are on Dak Prescott. I'm like, yeah, but okay, did it 1 year, but can they do it 3 years, right? Purdy, right? I bought in. Like, I was not sold on Purdy, and then what he did this year, you can't deny that. I'm like, okay, that's the guy, right?
Yep.
That's a guy that's going to be around. You're going to have to beat that quarterback. The other ones I'm not sold on yet.
Right.
You need to back it up 2-3 years. Consistent play with new players, right? Think about the amount of wide receivers, the lines, the running backs that Dak's dealt with over an 8-9 year period.
Yeah.
Yet his numbers stay the same. Now people are like, yeah, but he can't win the big game. He can't win in the playoffs. Well, all those people would take Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and maybe just those two right there. They would 10 out of 10. Everybody's going to take those two quarterbacks over Dak Prescott.
Mhm.
Lamar can't win the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
Josh Allen can't win the playoffs. Josh Allen turns it over way more than
Right.
Dak does.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, okay, maybe he's more gifted physically as a quarterback, but is he? What does he do different than Dak Prescott? Like, what? There's not one thing that Jalen Hurts does better than Dak Prescott, besides the tush push.
Well, unless Dak completely throws it away this year, he's going to get his money.
Yeah.
He'll get his money. He'll be
I
back.
think he'll get his money. I honestly don't know if he'll be back. That part I'd be willing to say I don't know. I do like that people are all the Trey Lance guys, and then you watch him during preseason, and you're like, okay, like that's who you want.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we can do. Let's do Trey Lance.
Give me Cooper Rush over Trey Lance.
Let's go with Cooper. We're gonna find out what the other side looks like.
Yep.
In a hurry.
We're going to go right back to the Quincy Carter years if we're not careful.
Hey, I love me some Quincy Carter.
Oh, my gosh.
I
Wow.
love some.
Oh
Quincy.
man.
Chris Pena, Rockwall County Game Day. We're just chatting it up now. Guys, I appreciate you being here. We got a long year ahead of us. We got a lot of football to talk. We got a lot of interviews. Next week we'll have some kids in here. We'll have some coaches in here. I promise you guys. I know you want to hear from them more than you want to hear from us, and we'll have them in here. We'll also get volleyball on the schedule to come in here. As if you're new, basically we go in about 15-minute segments. So once 5 o'clock hits, we'll kind of start up intro into this, and then we're gonna have team after team after team after team for it seems like 2 hours. And so we'll definitely have all those kids for you and throughout the year. But it was good to catch up. It's busy right now. I'm not sure what you guys got going on, but this whole football thing and club soccer thing has me.
Well, that's the question of the day. How was the first day of 7th grade football practice?
Eighth grade football. Yeah,
practice.
8th grade. So it's funny. That this is funny to me. But they have to shower right afterwards.
Oh yeah, we went through those years, didn't we?
They have to shower because if you're going to go to football practice, we don't want them in the class with all these hardworking teachers stinking. So the amount of packing that we do in the mornings, we're short just a shower caddy. That's all. And no disrespect if you bought one, because some of our good friends did. But it's like that. I was really worried about it, because it's like, okay, now he's got to shower, he's got to change, he's got to get to breakfast, got to get to class. It's a brand new school. He really doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know the football way. But he came home just like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Did he do the swimsuit trick?
With the towel.
The boys. I always ask the boys. I said, "Well, how do y'all like that?" I said, "Well, Dad, we'll just wear swimsuits."
Oh no, he did underwear.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he did underwear. He did. We practiced tying the
whole
towel thing,
yeah.
and he's like, and then the towel's just falling off of him, and he's trying to, So
what is that first bag that he forgets to give Mom?
Man.
Oh, it's gonna smell.
Oh no,
that first bag is
Mom
gonna be
is
bad.
all over it. My life does not exist without my wife Denise. Mom's all over it. It's like, get home. Get the wet clothes out. We give them the Walmart bags, and you put your wet stuff in there.
Yep.
But the first day, Coach was like, gotta go, get out. So he's like, I didn't have time to put my underwear like in the bag, my wet clothes in the bag, and I'm like, just open the bag, put it in there. But whatever.
Right.
Everything made it home, and he's settled in. He's playing. Right now he's going out for wide receiver and cornerback.
I know a wide receiver he can talk to if he needs to.
I'm trying to stay clear of this. Like, I was trying to like push him. Football was not my idea. Obviously, I'm proud that he's playing football.
Sure.
But we don't come from the biggest family. Although he's as tall as me,
right.
He's going to be taller. But he's got a little speed on him. He shows speed on the soccer field. We're going to see what happens when he gets pads on and things like that. But whatever he decides to do, over at Utley, he'll be at Utley 8th grade, and so I'm excited to just see him. I'm excited. Is it bad that I say I'm excited to see him get hit the first time?
Nope. No.
Okay.
Nope. No.
I hopefully
once that first one's in there, he'll
I want to
remember
see him. I want to see him get hit, and
You'll
I want
know
to
if he wants to play anymore or not once he gets that first one.
Did I tell y'all my first time that I tried to play football?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So 7th grade, I was like, I'm going to play football, and first day of practice, the Oklahoma drill.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that was my freshman. That's when I quit.
Picked a guy over here and picked me, and he lit me up. And that was the last day I ever played football.
I agree.
That was the one time, and I was like, nope. So I'm interested, to see. But hey, I've been every day, like, for Mom hated it, but she's probably gonna appreciate it now. For the past 13 years, I'm like just jabbing him, just wrestling him, just super rough with him, and building up some scar tissue and some callus, so that when he gets that first hit. Okay,
dude, you're living my life now with football and club soccer.
Yes,
that club soccer, man.
I didn't have to do the club soccer,
dude.
But football was rough.
Those weeknight practices, and then the games on the weekends, and then the football games.
And we're lucky that we're we're practicing in the morning right now.
Yep.
But when they start practicing in the afternoons, he's got club soccer Monday, Wednesday night.
Brutal.
So finish up football by 4:45, 5.
He's
Book
going to
it.
be wore
Yep.
out.
He's going to be wore.
And he's
I've been
playing
trying to tell
for
him.
Solar, right?
No, he plays for Skyline FC.
Skyline
Yeah,
FC.
they a new coach that the kid played. The kid, Coach Don, played at Forney, I believe, and he's known for this this bicycle kick he did in the Dallas Cup. But phenomenal coach, phenomenal player. He started up a club team in this area. He just closed on some land. He put some turf down in Rowlett, so they've got their own practice facility that's opening at the end of this
Well,
month.
you're lucky you just have to go to Rowlett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's
Yeah.
beautiful
Right.
about finding the club that was local. But shout out to CJ's team, my son. They went undefeated in their placement tournament.
Good
So
for them.
they're going to be in D1. They'll be playing
Wow.
big division,
Congratulations.
Yep.
big boy
Yeah.
soccer this season. So lots of things. And yes, I'm an Utley parent, so I will be at Utley games, which means Rockwall County Game Day will be at Utley games. So I apologize to Kane and Williams right now that there's going to be a little bit more Utley coverage than there is
gotta go.
Kane and Williams.
We got to go. You got to get us a schedule.
But I
Yeah.
will be at the Kane Utley game, the Williams Utley game, and yes, I will go to the Kane and Williams game as well. But yeah, I apologize. Now I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm playing favoritism towards Utley, which should be okay because half are going to Heath and half
Yep.
are going to Rockwall. So
go.
I'm
Yep.
split in the middle right here with
There you
Utley.
go.
Right, I cannot
Yeah.
go wrong with Utley.
Get us a
Both-
schedule. We'll make a trip.
All right.
And,
I
hey,
enjoy
I'm still
watching that.
involved too because I got a shout out to the Roy City Youth Association
Okay.
because I'm calling their football games again this year. So I'll be on the mic calling
Yeah.
out all the players.
That's another game we should go to and just start getting on
Dude.
the announcer.
Yeah.
They play 10 games, and this year they have 6 of them at home, and they play at Bailey and on Saturdays, and they go from 3 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night, and K through 6, and it's all tackle football. And, of course, I've been part of that league ever since Harper was, 5th grade, and Christopher, my youngest, was 4th grade. And, dude, it's fun now. I get kicked out when I was coaching. I retired, and they let me start calling, and now I get to play music and give the kids nicknames and all that. So shout out to RCYA. I'll be
Yeah.
out there calling their games.
I've seen you
for
get kicked out of a game.
them.
before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen him. I've
Yeah.
seen him
Well,
get
the only
kicked out
thing
of a game.
I sat there, I was talking to my girlfriend the other night, and I said, this is the first time in 14 years that I didn't have to buy a pair of football cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I just bought a
14
pair of
years.
soccer cleats not long ago, as a matter of fact.
And those aren't cheap.
No.
It-
No.
Clay's sponsored, so he doesn't need any.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, lots going on. Guys, I appreciate it. For those of you at home that were watching, thank you. Robinson Torinos, he was on earlier. We had some difficulties with sound, so we will get him back on, and we'll talk to the former Texas Ranger, Baltimore Oriole, retired MLB player, and owner of 7AR Baseball Academy. We'll catch up with him. We'll have him back on. Jet Williams is playing baseball again. Jet still the number 1 prospect for the Mets. He's still in the top 30, I think, for
Yeah.
overall prospect in MLB. He's coming off a wrist surgery, and he was hitting live yesterday, and I think he's scheduled to play today, tonight. I need to check. Maybe he's already played, but Jet Williams, obviously, Rockwall Heath, the Jet Williams Award, everything we do.
Yep.
Wish Jet all the luck on his comeback, and we can't wait to see him get going.
Hey,
And
Tyson Neighbors got drafted.
Tyson Neighbors, he's San Diego. Talked to or text Brandon his dad Brandon a couple days ago. He said that Tyson slowed down now. He may be to do an interview now, so I'm going to try and get an interview with him.
Kevin Bazell.
Yeah,
Kevin Bazell got drafted.
Mr. Bazell, you got to answer me, bro. Like, come on. Like, I've been chasing Kevin Bazell to get an interview for him, the Texas Tech star, and now with the Washington Nationals.
Yes.
And he's actually very close to Jet in Florida. So
Really?
yeah, they're
Oh,
training.
that's a good deal.
Their training is very close over there, and I want to say the game that I went to, maybe when I went to see Jet play in St. Lucie, Florida, they might have played a Washington national team.
Really?
But they're in their league. So yeah, he's
Well, all three good kids.
yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't
So,
be happier. And congratulations to Mr. Rose.
Yes,
Mr. Rose,
I
you
reached
know,
out to
I mean, he was
Coach
picked by the
Rose.
Rangers.
Coach Rose sent me his number a couple weeks ago. I texted Mac. He
And
didn't answer back.
congratulations
Tried
to him
to
going to
get,
Vanderbilt. That's
Vanderbilt.
That's a baseball
Talk about what a lesson for parents and on how to do it. Hey, I know the kids want D1. I know they want to go to these big schools, and I know they want to be the man on campus that's committed to Alabama or TCU or whatever it is. But here's Mac Rose that just goes to McLennan baseball, and he was a stud in high school. He probably could have gone to some different schools, but he had a plan, went to McLennan, showed out his freshman year. That team goes deep. They may have won the championship or they made it to that game at least. Then he gets drafted by the Texas Rangers with the last pick, Mr. Irrelevant in baseball. But, ultimately he's going to go to Vanderbilt, which is a big-time baseball school. Yep. And congratulations to Mac Rose.
That's the same road we're doing.
Yep.
We left. We're going to Clay just we moved him in today. He's at a community college in Baton Rouge, but they play D1 JUCO.
There you go.
And he's got a coach. I was telling James earlier, he's got a coach that's behind him.
Yep.
He's already got him some offers before he ever throws a pitch.
There you go.
And that's what you got to do.
Yep.
You don't have to go.
Playing time to me is more important than
you can sit there and say you played for Texas, but
like
you can also sit on the bench. You got to get out there and do it, and he's going to be able to get his opportunity this year.
So speaking of TCU, good luck to Josh Hoover.
Yes, sir.
Man, that dude, he looks good to go. If you want a surprise pick, so I got Landon Locke for Rockwall throwing over 3,500 yards this year passing. I've got the Dallas Cowboys making it to the NFC Championship game, and I've got Josh Hoover as a sleeper to be in for like the Maxwell. I think it's the Maxwell for a quarterback of the year. Yep. I think TCU is going to surprise some people. Mm-hmm. Because I'm just a believer that if you got a dude at quarterback, you can do some things. You can sneak up on people, and you can. Hey, that Texas game last year, if Josh has another chance with the ball in that game, they beat Texas.
Yep.
They beat Texas. So good luck to TCU and Josh Hoover, Micah Kendrick for baseball at TCU. I can go. There's a million kids now in this era that we've grown up in, that
all these
crazy
kids
colleges
that we watch play or my kids play with. That's what I'm excited about. Jet Williams, Kevin Bazell, Josh Hoover.
Yeah.
So much talent coming out of this community now.
Yes. So we will see you next Wednesday here at Rockwall Ford. I know I'll be here. If these gentlemen have time in their schedule, they'll be here. But if not, I know we will see them again throughout the year, and hopefully we can get out to some games together and have some fun and talk about it. So
sounds good.
You guys have a good night. Thanks for joining us, and thank you to all our sponsors, Alpha Graphics, Rockwall, Vice Henley, Dilbeck Law. We've got Hudson Financial Group, obviously Rockwall Ford, 7AR Baseball. Thank you guys so much for the support. We will see you at some games soon. Volleyball, I will see you personally. Cameras will be live. We're going to be ready to go tomorrow. So everyone have a good night. We'll see you next week, and go Dak Prescott.
Go Bulldogs.